What's up, guys? As you saw in my last video, I'm back. And here I'm going to review Doomsday Clock number 7. So, as you can see from the title, I enjoyed this issue. I've enjoyed the others. This one was a lot better than the last one. I thought they're finally getting some of the ties back together. You can kind of see how it's coming together. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 5 issues left. This was supposed to end like in December, I think. But no. Instead, we get this in October. Yay! Actually, this came out last week, didn't it? So that was September. But it says November on here. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, things that I liked about this issue. I loved we finally got some ties back into what's his name? Alan Scott. So we have the Lantern of Alan Scott, and we have what's this guy's name? I want to say Johnny Storm, but that's that's Marvel. Man, I cannot think of his name. Johnny Thunder. Boom. So Johnny Thunder, and we have a lot about Alan Scott in here, because Johnny Thunder's carrying his lantern around, which I think is really cool. And we have a Saturn Girl, so that's fun. And I think she's great in this issue. I wish she did more. Wish they had her in here more, but oh well. Anyways, one of my favorite parts about this issue is we almost have a really great Joker. So, I mean, you have the Joker kind of on the cover being beaten down by him, although that's like one panel and it doesn't even make sense halfway. Except for that Rorschach is just as crazy as the Joker is. Anyways, I'm going to do this as a double cover. This is Justice League number 8. If you haven't read these, I like Tynion 4th better than Snyder's version. So when Tynion is writing, it's really good. It's moderate. It's generally really good. I just don't care for the story. But when Snyder's writing, it's unbearable. I was gonna do this as its own thing, but I think this is a good case study for this. I want to talk about the Joker. When we get to the Joker in this, I might still do a review of this. I just want to get in here. Where is the Joker? Okay, so when we see the Joker, here he's smiling, but he doesn't say anything. But then he's mad, and this is what he says. Luthor shouldn't have brought him in here, particularly that him. And then he says again with an evil grimace, Batmans are Batmans. You don't put a Batman in a cage without him wanting to be there. That's super unfunny. It's true, and it's something that he would say, but it's not how he would say it. So you're not getting the Joker right. Like, you've got this massive character, one of the best villains of all time, in your book, and he's not funny. That makes no sense. He's called the Joker, which is, I know people are going to hate this, but one of the reasons I didn't care for the Dark Knight movie is because the Joker isn't funny. Like, there's a couple funny things in there, like when he's dressed as a nurse and he pushes the bomb. That's really funny. Some people enjoyed the pencil joke. I thought it was dumb, but at least he thought it was funny. And maybe that's about it. The Joker isn't really the Joker. He's not like sitting there joking. Everybody's like, oh well, he's more realistic. I'm like, you know, he could always just be dark and funny, and that's what we get here. So, what I love about this Joker is that he's constantly, every time you see him, he's doing something ridiculous. Um, let's see. Uh, just look at his facial expressions. That's super funny. And then here, he's kind of doing a kissy face to the comedian. Funny that he's the one laughing, not the comedian. And then you have this guy. Look at that grin. And then my favorite, probably in the whole book, is this. This reminds me so much of like Mark Hamill's Joker. You see him like busting out laughing there, and later on, there's an inappropriate joke in here, but it makes sense for the Joker. At least he's laughing at it. Here's another one. This is so Mark Hamill Joker right there. Oh my. Whoever you are, put on some clothes. Oh, he's funny. He's sitting there dying laughing at everything. And that's what I like about the Joker. He's constantly making jokes. He's constantly laughing. He doesn't take anything. Well, he takes it seriously. He just doesn't appear to take it seriously because of all of his jokes. And then, like, he's being beaten to death by by Rorschach. He draws a smiley face on Rorschach's mask. Too good, too good. Anyways, so we finally get Dr. Manhattan, and he takes them to this random place, and they talk. Just the characters from the Watchmen universe, and he reveals some lies that had been told by I don't remember his name, Adrian. What's his last name? Veet, Adrian. Anyways, the immortal guy, whatever. Anyway, so I don't know. Dr. Manhattan's got some plan. He almost reveals it, but then stops, and then he realizes. He talks about at the end, like that he sees Superman about to throwing a fist at him, and then he sees nothing else. So his question is, he's wondering, did Superman kill him, or did he destroy everything? And that's something he's afraid of, and so that's really interesting. So we've got some stuff going on with Johnny Thunder, and we got some stuff with Alan Scott and Saturn Girl, so I'm really excited about that. I'd love to see them tie some of that stuff in. They need to bring Wally West in because that's super crucial to the whole story, which is, I'd love to see him get his family back in this. That'd be great. I know Jeff Johns had argued to get Wally West back, and awesome. Thanks, Jeff Johns. That's my understanding, at least. So why they took him away, I don't know, but he needs to be in here, at least in the end. We've got the good Superman now. I'd like to see Jor-El show up in the series because that needs a tie into the Action Comics. There's a lot of loose ends in this post Rebirth series because Rebirth's gone. Like Rebirth ended like earlier this year, and Doomsday Clock started last year. So it's been a year. We've only gotten 7 issues since the last year. We should have gotten all 12 by now. And we don't even know what Rebirth is, what Doomsday Clock is. At least this was interesting enough. There was enough plot points to draw you back in. But we really need the next issue to draw in the rest of the loose ends, or at least to begin to. Because we saw Johnny Thunder in the Rebirth issue. We saw, I think, the Lantern ring, or the Alan Scott's lantern in the Rebirth issue. Could be wrong about that. We at least saw it in the first Doomsday Clock. So we got 2 loose ends there. We got Wally West. We got Jor-El. We've got everything that happened with Superman. We've got all these loose ends still. Tim Drake. Don't know why he was pulled by Jor-El. So a lot of loose ends still left in Rebirth. We don't know anything about Mr. Mxyzptlk. Lewis is probably going to kill me for how I pronounce it. There's a lot of stuff that has not been explained. So please, Jeff Johns, we are hoping that you will explain them. Especially Wally West, because that is our big character. That's, the character that everybody was super excited to see back in Rebirth. So please, bring him back. I'd like to see a good Joker return to DC, and this is a good step in the right direction. This is a good Joker. He's not as funny as he could be, but hey, different humor is relative to people. So I don't mind me not finding him funny as long as he finds himself funny and is constantly making jokes and laughing. That's the Joker. I don't want to see him sitting around all mean and grumpy like Tom King likes to write him, or Scott Snyder. Just not a good Joker. Now, I know that there's multiple Jokers, supposedly, but they haven't even explained that. Apparently, we've got 2 Harley Quinns in the White Knight universe, and that makes a lot of sense, I think, to have an original Harley Quinn that was the soft, kind one that, was a lot like the regular Joker, and then the psycho crazy one that we have now. I think that makes a lot of sense. I like the Harley Quinn in the Heroes in Crisis. That was a good Harley Quinn. Anyways, so that's a lot of stuff. I really enjoyed this one. It's kind of got me hooked back onto it. But the real problem I have is I'm just like, well, now I've got to wait another 2 or 3 months before we get another one. I'm just like, I'm going to forget everything about this issue by then. So let me know what you think. Are you excited about Doomsday Clock? What do you want to be in there? What are you looking forward to? Do you hope that they tie all this Rebirth stuff in and it just doesn't all go to waste, or what? So let me know what you think, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.